Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. So if you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another episode of Heroes Advent, Ray's Path. So while we wait for the next update for Max to drop, we're going to keep going down the handsome dragon's path, and perhaps he'll even go down on... sorry about that. I had a sudden onset of homosexuality. Anyway guys, please sit back and enjoy. I'm going to take you for the next 20 minutes, and let's jump right in. Alarm saying you're up, and let's go. Maybe you're up. There you go. Okay, good girl. There you go. Okay. Yeah, we could always find another hero if things go south. You betcha. They both laughed almost at the same time. Hey! Huh, just kidding, Cassian. Max gave you a shoulder pat. Here, come take a seat and give us a hand if you will. So, what exactly are we looking for? Well, keep an eye out for the ones that are tingly to the touch and have no impurities. Doesn't mean they have to be perfectly clear, just clear enough. Alright. You grab the bits and pieces that Ray chipped from the giant crystal chunks as you helped Max sorting through them. Some of the shards indeed felt rather fuzzy and tingly, as if filled to the brim with energy. You reached for another and it sent a jolt of pain through your arm. Ouch! What's wrong? I'm not sure, but I think I got zapped? You pointed at the shard you meant to grab, which seemed quite transparent. Huh! You probably found a potent one if that's the case. Just put it with the others, though. It took quite some time, but eventually you managed to process several chunks from the cluster into a basket worth of pure crystals. Whew! Finally! Thanks for the help, Cassian. Usually it'd take longer to sift through them on my own. Max gave you a head pat as you rested for a bit. No kidding. Again, remember the last time we finished before lunch break? And speaking of lunch break... Ray walked over as the canine opened his bag to reveal 3 food boxes. He passed you one as the dragon took the other. You opened yours and your meal turned out to be fried potatoes with cheese curds and gravy all mixed together. Oh my god, it's poutine! He made poutine! Oh, this is, poutine. Yeah, how did you know, Cassian? Well, we also have this back in my world. I guess some stuffs are the same no matter where you are. Possibly. Cody made this, though, so it ought to be good. Max said as he scooped a spoonful to his mouth. Mmm, creamy and savory. The canine closed his eyes and you could see his tail wagging, to which the dragon only shook his head with a smile. You found him quite adorable being like that, on the other hand. Cuties. You quietly enjoyed the meal under the acai tree. The dish was delicious as advertised, and the scenery somehow made it even better. It almost felt like a picnic, even. You began packing up after finishing your lunch as it was time to go. Hey, Max, I think we can... The Malamute shushed you without warning. Something isn't right, the dragon muttered as he scanned the area warily. It was then you realized something was amiss. You didn't notice it before, but somehow the sky felt darker, even though it was still midday. The natural ambience of the forest was also gone. Everything was eerily silent all of a sudden. Even the air felt different. It's a big forest, but I've always felt safe going back here once in a while. But this feeling, you guys can sense that too, right? Yeah. Something must have gone wrong with the Uh-oh. Get down! Max shouted as a black mass rustled among the trees towards you. You could barely tell what was happening when Max grabbed you by the waist as you both narrowly dodged the creature dashing through the air above you. Well, what was that? Nether beast. But how? How did it even break through the barrier? I haven't a single clue, but we have to get out of here fast. The beast appeared to be some sort of a snake-like creature despite its deformities. It hissed and snarled viciously before you realized its eyes were on you entirely. Cassian! Max yelled as the beast lunged at you. Its serpentine body slithered around yours and gripped you with force. Gah! Shit! Cassian! The dragon unsheathed a pair of dual blades from his back, which engulfed in flames as he gripped the handle. You let go of him now! He dashed towards the beast with a flurry of slashes. It left a mark on the creature as it hissed in rage, tightening its grip around you even more in response. Nah! You choked, feeling your body slowly getting crushed under the sheer pressure. An arrow pierced through the air and nailed the beast dead in the eye. It let out a painful growl as the arrow burst into ice shards, loosening its grip on you. You're free! You quickly slipped away from the nether beast and ran back towards Max. Cassian, look out! Ray shouted from behind, and from the corner of your eye you could see that massive snake-like tail coming at you. You made a timely jump to the side as the tail slammed the ground with sheer force. You shuddered. That might have cost you your life otherwise. Jeez, that was close! You said, cowering on the ground. Cassian! As Max cried, you looked up to see the snake towering over you. You closed your eyes and braced for impact as it lunged towards you with a menacing hiss. But then you heard a loud slice as everything went quiet all of a sudden. Warily, you opened your eyes. Ray stood in front of you with his flaming blades. You looked up again to see the beast seemingly frozen in place before its head rolled off as its lifeless body collapsed onto the ground with a thud. Though gruesome, you couldn't help wondering how there was no blood gushing from the body, as if the dragon's blades were so hot they actually sealed off the wound. That sounds about right. You okay, Cassian? The dragon asked, seemingly out of breath. Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. No problem. You alright, Ray? Max approached with his crossbow still in hand. Yeah, I'm good. You just overdid myself is all. Still, how did another beast even get here? You suspect something happened to the barrier, Ray? I don't know, but moments before the beast attacked, the barrier did become very weak. Is it because we tampered with the wrong crystal? No, I'm confident in my own ability. There's no way we harvested the wrong crystal. Then can you explain what just happened? That ability you have, are you sure it's still functioning normally? Max's tone grew colder as he went on. I really don't know. Even the trees seemed fine after we dislodged that cluster. And mind your words, Max. My senses are still keen as ever, so I know what I'm doing, okay? The dragon raised his voice in anger. Is that it? Explain this, then. He pointed at the beast's remains, and the dragon growled. It's not my fucking fault! Ray spat a breath of hot flame at the canine, missing his face by just an inch. Then tell me how else this has happened. The Akai tree's harmony was thrown off, the barrier was disabled, and another creature managed to sneak in. There's no reason to not assume your activity here set this all in motion. The dragon grunted and clenched his fist, seemingly prepared to punch the canine in the face. Guys, please! They both looked at you. Max seemed unfazed, but he did speak up again after a moment. Tell me, is the barrier still down right now? Ugh! It's up again. Are you sure? Look, I know what I'm doing, okay? So trust me when I say that the barrier's back up again. It's weaker, but it's still there for now. I really do not know what happened back there, but it was still there when we did the harvesting. We couldn't have been responsible for this. Max went silent as he seemed to think for a bit. Well, we still don't know for sure about that yet. Maybe have Alex look into this. For now, let's pack up and go home. Be sure to notify the forest guards about this. Whatever. The dragon muttered as he quickly packed up and walked away, leaving you and Max behind. He headed back to the checkpoint without a word. Ray kept his distance from Max, but still close enough to keep an eye on you. He also reported the incident to the checkpoint guards while Max brought out the carriage. The entire trip back home went on in awkward silence. Ray was clearly upset at Max for doubting him, and Max was still up in arms about the whole attack. Meanwhile, you still felt like you didn't know enough to pick a side. On one hand, you shared the same suspicion as Max, but what if Ray messed up and destroyed an important crystal of the tree? But at the same time, you felt this entire chain of events was impossible to predict nor prepare for. There you were, stuck in the middle with those two, and it wasn't exactly a pleasant feeling. Eventually, you arrived at the guild. Max told you to hop off first and wait by the lobby. After what felt like another 30 minutes, you could see them approaching from the entrance. Max held a clear bag with a crystal shard inside, while Ray carried the crystal-filled basket. Cassian, come with me! The dragon nudged your shoulder as he gestured at the research tower. But what about Max? I don't care, that jerk can go fuck himself. Let's just go. He grabbed your hand as you left the lobby. You glanced back to see Max waving at you while passing the bag to the receptionist. You didn't know what to say other than waving back at him with your free hand. But Ray, slow down! You whimpered as the dragon dragged you to the tower lobby, his eyes fixated on the elevator, and your hand was starting to hurt a little. But Ray? Huh? I'm sorry, Cassian. How? You rubbed your hand as he finally let go, which was still burning from his grip. It's nothing serious, but it might take a little bit to recover. I'm so sorry. It's fine. Are you okay, Ray? Yeah, I'm sorry again. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I'll take you back to your room first. You must be tired by now. Ray? Come on, let's go. Ray! Let's sit down for a moment. He quickly occupied a seat in the guest lounge. Here! He seemed to hesitate for a moment before sitting down next to you without a word. So, are you really feeling okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Maybe. I don't know. He sneaked a glance at you as he stammered. I don't know, Cassian. The sacred tree, the sudden attack. Is this really my fault? Am I really getting rusty? Maybe Max is right. Maybe it's all my fault. Maybe it was a bad idea to bring you along. What if bad things happen? Hey! It's okay, Ray. I'm still here, right? Yeah, but what if... You saved me, Ray. You and Max saved me from the nether beast. I know, but just what if we couldn't? Ray, it's alright. You don't have to worry so much, you know. I trust you, and I think there must be some other explanations as to why this happened. Yeah, but... You slowly placed your hand on top of his. It's okay, Ray. I'm here for you. I don't want you to get hurt, Cassian. I know. That's why I'm here right now. You saved me, Ray. So, know that I believe in you. Yeah. He looked at you for a moment before letting out a long sigh. Thank you, Cassian. Anytime. He held his hand with a smile. He was uncertain for a moment until the worried look on his face turned into a small smile as well. You could feel him squeezing your hand back, albeit a lot more gentle this time around, so as to not crush it again. Well, I guess we should go to Alex now. Wouldn't want to keep him waiting. Yeah, let's go. You held hands with him again as he led you to the elevator. Your palm was still hurting a bit, but Ray made sure to be mindful this time. Before the dragon could do his eye scan at the lab entrance, a door slid open, revealing the lynx tapping his feet by the doorway. What took you so long, Ray? Sorry, Alex. Something happened on the way here. Ray led you into the lab. It didn't take long for the lynx to notice your friendly gesture with the dragon. I see you're on a date with the new guy, huh? Well, unlike you, I really have no time to waste. Leave the crystal on the table and come along. Ray left your side to place the basket on the counter. Meanwhile, the lynx went to his computer and started typing. The wall next to him opened up into a passageway, which led into a larger room inside. There were various shelves with books and tools across the room, and on the back side was a larger computer. He walked up to the screen and began typing something on the flat panel beneath. You didn't notice at first, but the wall behind you had already slid open, revealing another hidden pathway. How many hidden places does he have? You followed him through the narrow hallway, which took you to a chamber filled with rows of large cylinder glass tanks. As the light shone through the room, you found most of them empty, while others were completely opaque. What are these? Testing chamber. This is where I study my subjects. He led you to an open stasis tank. Now, strip and go inside, he said nonchalantly. Huh? Your ears are still functional. Don't act like I misspoke. The collecting tubes cannot process samples with impurities, namely your outfit and any accessories you carry about. So strip. Now. You really don't have to do that to Cassian, right? How many years have you been working with me now, Ray? You gulped as the dragon didn't know what else to say other than staring at you. It's okay, Ray. I'm gonna be okay. Just look away. Sure. Be quick about it, though. He's gonna steal a few glances. You made sure both of them weren't looking when you took off your clothes and set them aside. You hesitantly entered the tube as it closed forcefully and some sort of liquid began to flood in. Try to relax unless you enjoy drowning. Wait! The liquid already rose to your hip as your panic set in. You managed to hit the glass a few times before you were entirely submerged. Before you were out of breath, a tube and a mask appeared out of nowhere and attached themselves to your face, feeding you some kind of warm fluid. You're able to breathe again, but at the same time you felt increasingly drowsy, and everything became a blur to you soon after. You managed to force your eyes open a few times, but you couldn't see much in the darkness. It was also cold, like you were afloat in space, and it stayed that way for a while. Eventually you felt warmth again as your senses slowly came back to you. You sat up again, realizing you were already back at your dorm room. You see Ray sleeping on the side of your bed. He looked very peaceful. You could see his smooth mane flowing against the night breeze from the open balcony. You reached over to caress his mane, which was silky to the touch. I bet he'll make a great hair commercial actor back there. You chuckled at the thought. You wondered if you could go back to sleep when you realized the dragon was staring back at you. Why are you stopping? The dragon grinned. What? Nothing! I was doing nothing! You quickly retracted your hand. Aw, I was enjoying it. He got up from bed and stretched. Oh, my. So how was your sleep? It's alright. How did it go? It? You know, the thing with Alex. Oh, you mean the sample collection and the scanning. It went pretty smoothly, if I do say so myself. Even got to see something interesting. What did you see? Well, about that... He walked over to the pantry and brought back what looked like 2 takeaway boxes. Your penis. Cats, knock it off. Cats, what are you doing? Knock that shit off. Silly cats. What? Ray! The dragon only laughed as your face went red. What? It was inevitable, you know. Alex had to take all sorts of samples, including, well, bodily fluids. He winked at that last. Ray! You threw a few playful punches at his belly as you chuckled. Just kidding. I was asleep the whole time, actually. But it was recorded. Ray! Just kidding, just kidding. Now you must be hungry. I bought you some dinner. Let's eat together. He handed you one of the boxes. Thanks, Ray. You didn't quite recognize the dish, and quite frankly, you were a little tired to really bother with that. You sat up by his side as you enjoyed your dinner. You could see him scooting closer to you at some point, teasing and cracking jokes with you for a while after you finished eating. This is nice, you said as you scooped up the last bit of your meal. It is. The dragon nodded. Cassian? Yeah? I'm sorry for getting you in trouble. I promise I'll keep you safe. It's alright, Ray. Well, what do you say if we go to the beach tomorrow? Let's go on a date again. It sounds good. We'll go for a stroll or maybe exercise a bit there. I know a guy that can help you with your training. Alright then, in the morning? Yep. Well, I gotta go for now. Sleep well, Cassian. You could feel your tail flicking again as the dragon caressed your head. You too, Ray. He waved you goodbye as he closed the door. You took a deep breath and looked at the night sky through the open balcony. You spent a moment there to enjoy the night view of the city and the fresh air, but it didn't take long for you to feel drowsy again. What a day! You muttered to yourself as you crashed into bed, slowly drifting to sleep for after a while. You woke up to the sound of an alarm. Your legs still felt exhausted from yesterday, and you could barely open your eyes. Ah! You stretched your body as you tried to sit up in bed. You could see the sun barely rising upon the horizon. You walked to the balcony doors and stepped inside. The chill morning breeze felt quite refreshing. Another day in this world. You took a deep breath while taking in the view for the moment. You enjoyed the view for a bit longer before going back to take a shower and prepared for today's date with Ray. He's going to introduce me to his friend at the beach, I think. I wonder what kind of person he is. After finishing, you went to the lobby to find Ray already there speaking to a familiar canine. You decided to sneak behind a pillar and listen. So no hard feelings, Max. Nah, none taken. In fact, I should be the one to apologize, Ray. I just went full on logic mode back there and disregarded our friendship. I should have trusted you. You have every reason to blame me, Max. It's okay. Well, yeah, still, be that as it may, it's the wrong thing to do. I will trust you more next time around. Thanks. Well, I think we should go back to investigate the site again. Don't worry, I've already taken care of it. I've requested a permit to go there again, and this time with Alex. Alex, are you sure? Yeah, he really insisted on going. Something about the crystal phenomenon sparks his interest. He's all giddy and doing this wide-eye thing he does every time there's something of interest to him. Yeah, I heard he also did that when he's introduced to Cassian. Speaking of Cassian, you should come out from your hiding place. You slowly peeked from behind the pillar to find both of them staring at you. We can sense you, you know. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sneak on you guys or anything. Nah, it's alright. We're done talking anyways. Oh, you're going somewhere? Yeah, I'm gonna introduce him to Finn. Thought he might be able to teach him more stuff about combat. Ah, Finn. Yeah, I remember that guy. Well, give my regards to him then. Will do. What about you? What are you doing today? Patrolling the city as usual. I'm waiting for Toby to ready up. He sure takes his time changing outfits. Right, well, be careful then. I'll be heading out first. Come on, Cassie, let's grab some breakfast before we go, Ray said as he left the building. Okay. You quickly caught up with him while waving Max goodbye. See you later, Max. See ya. Make sure you take care of him, Ray. Heh. I don't know about that, but I will make sure to return him in pristine condition. Hey! Well, have fun, you two. You both headed towards the beach, grabbing some meals on the go. Alright, I'm gonna pause it right here, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks or a tip if you can. It always helps. And until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!